let's play. Let's look at the animal kingdom for a second. Pretty much all mammals, at least, do protect their offspring, their family, their herd, and so on. And that could be thought of as some kind of primitive form of morals. It's just that they don't have the capability for communication as sophisticated as humans do. They still feel obligated to protect their young. Well, now, I'm going to take it as a fact that the theory of evolution is correct, because this question is about how it fits into that scenario. So, we know that humans evolved from apes, and we know that we have a larger brain, which gives us the capability to have a broader spectrum of emotion. You know, animals don't feel guilt, for example. At least for the most part, they don't feel empathy. It's just not something they are capable of. And I am going to go even further than that. I am going to come up with a possible scenario for morals evolving. And this is not me saying it happened like this. No, it's me saying it could be possible. You know? Just giving you an example. Now, let's talk about those cavemen you mentioned. First of all, I already established that you need the capabilities for emotions given by a large brain. And then let's assume, for argument's sake, that you need a certain mutation to feel a certain emotion. So, now we've got a tribe of cavemen, and one of them suddenly gets a mutation that allows him to feel guilt. And, well, he'll feel that guilt if he hurts another caveman or woman, emotionally or physically. And if he keeps getting a horrible feeling from hurting others, he's going to stop it as soon as he realizes the correlation between the two. So now you've got cavemen that are really rude, and one gentleman, let's say. And he is, of course, nicer to the females too. And, well, just try to muster up all the common sense you can and think for a second, if you should decide between being and or mating with someone who is horribly rude or someone who treats you well, what would you choose? Seriously. So that caveman would have all the action he could handle, you know. So, getting back to my point, that caveman would have a lot of action and make a lot of guilt-ridden little cave babies. And that makes the evolution of, first of all, those emotions somehow possible, and also the evolution of morals, since morals at the core come from emotions such as guilt and empathy. And that means you can explain it solely by the usefulness it has to an individual and it creating offspring. So you don't actually need some sort of understanding of evolution or the survival of a species. That's just false, you know. As for question number 5, life isn't thought to have gone straight from nothing to complex organisms. That's a claim that you Christians make. And talking about painting the bullseye after the fact, you know, you've got to understand that the beginning of life is something unimaginably unlikely. It could never, ever have been predicted. And also, there is no way in hell to know if life has independently begun on other planets elsewhere in the universe. We just don't have that technology yet. And asking that is just a bit nuts. What else? Yeah, comparing life to man-made objects isn't logic. I'm sorry to say. It's just not. You know, they are for a fact man-made. We know they are man-made. We have proof that they are man-made. Most of us have seen these things become man-made. You know, it doesn't correlate to God creating nature in any way. It just proves human beings are good at building stuff. And that doesn't make God exist. Sorry to say. And what's more, no, we did not suddenly appear as some kind of observers. That's more like what you're saying. And you've missed the point once again. The theory of evolution isn't about man being somehow apart from nature. It's about the exact opposite. We're the product of nature, and not some kind of culmination of life either. Yeah, just wanted to point out, Christians are the ones saying that humans are somehow special, not atheists, and not people believing in the theory of evolution, not people believing in the Big Bang Theory. That's just, once again, nuts. And we didn't suddenly just be here. It took millions and millions and millions of years for humans to evolve from apes, let alone some kind of other earlier life form. That's not logic. It's not.